Hi there, everyone. Carla here from Industry Connect again. And today I get to sit down with Karishma. Now, Karishma has just secured herself a test analyst role. I tell you, we're on a roll here. Congratulations, Karishma. We're so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Carla, and thank you for this interview, of course. Yes, finally, I got something which I was aiming for, and I would really like to thank Industry Connect and MVP Studio for this.
Oh,
no more words, but the thank you is the word. Yeah, thank you, but thank you a lot.
Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. It's been a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. You know, every single person that comes into our programs, it's a pleasure seeing the growth, and it's a pleasure being able to have a conversation like this to share about people's journeys, because your story could help someone go, I can do it too. You know, and so this is the power of like people's story, because everyone's story is unique, and that's why I love just jumping on to these interviews and just having a bit of a chat about it. So how about you just share with everyone a little bit about your background? Did you have an IT background? You know, where you came from? Just share a little bit about that so people get to know a little bit about Karishma.
Okay. Technically, I'm not an IT student. I do not have my degrees in IT. I have my degree in electronics and telecommunication. Now, the way I was pulled to IT was because of my final year project. I was into biomedical field for my project. And that's when one company approached me to do a testing for a biomedical device with Android-based technology. And that was the start point of my IT role in my career. As soon as I joined the first company, I kind of started having interest in Android-based testing. And that's when I decided that I should stick to this. That's how I became a tester. Back in India, I did manual testing mostly. That was like around 4 years of experience. But as soon as I got married and I had to move to New Zealand, there was a wide gap in my career, basically because of relocating, visa status, all that sort. So I couldn't.
How big was your gap?
It was around 4 years now. 4 years, I would say. Yep. But yeah, mainly because I was trying to get settled in the country. Secondly, it's not that easy. I did not plan upon coming to New Zealand. It is only because my husband was here, I had to relocate with him. He did help me a lot with this process. I mean, he did ask me to apply for the jobs. I did try, but I couldn't get into it. So that's my background. So with a gap.
Awesome. Fantastic. So tell us, how did you come across Industry Connect?
I came across Industry Connect, to be frank. My husband told me about it. So my husband was in New Zealand for a long time, and he had his friends who was with Industry Connect. There were two friends of my husband. They did not know each other, frankly. So it was like an individual story. And my husband said to me, like, you know, they joined Industry Connect, they got they secured a job. You should give it a go, because my husband is totally. He has a different domain. He's a chef, so he couldn't help me more. So the only help he could provide me was telling me about Industry Connect and pushing me there. He did tell me very in the beginning, but I thought like I would give a try before going out there, because I wasn't confident. I didn't know by myself. I did apply initially, but when I failed, that's when I took my husband's words, like, let me try this. And that's when I joined Industry Connect in February 2020.
Fantastic. And so you joined our Test Analyst Job Ready program. And those that are watching, it's a 6-week Job Ready program. All of our Job Ready programs are 6 weeks. How did you find those 6 weeks for yourself? I mean, you've had that background in manual testing. Did you have any programming language? Because in automation, everyone that's watching, we teach C#. So how did you find those first 6 weeks, and was that a hurdle for you to overcome, the programming side, or was it okay?
Okay, so to be frank, because I was in manual testing, I always realized the gap that I have. I knew that, today's job market is way ahead than what manual testing is at the moment. I wouldn't say a bad, but the thing is, yes, automation is the future now. I realized that gap, but the thing was, because I wasn't from the IT background, I didn't know the coding knowledge. I was a little bit scared. That's the thing. I think even I mentioned that when I gave the interview to the Industry Connect, that I do not have a coding background, but they said it's fine. You can always start. And that's what boosted my confidence. So what I did was, before joining, the day I took admission, I started with my C# lectures on YouTube. I kept myself updated with it. And by the time I reached the program to start, I was ready. I was at least 20% ready to know what to grab.
Fantastic. So you did a little bit of work in the back before you actually started, and that's wise.
Yeah, and it's not like I did it by myself. Industry Connect did give me an onboarding material to study, like, what would be best before starting the course. So they gave me all the lectures. It helped me a lot. I just followed the lectures. I just went through it before starting the lectures. Yeah.
That's awesome. So those that are listening, it's like we call preparation materials. So those that, like Karishma, didn't have any programming language background, she was able to start, and so, like she said, 20%, she was 20% there by the time she started the actual 6 weeks. So you would have been accelerated pretty fast through those 6 weeks with that. How did you find those 6 weeks?
Fantastic. It was always in my mind of learning Selenium, what is API testing, which I had never done before. And that was all in that 6 week. I couldn't ask more. I tried before, before joining Industry Connect, I tried learning it through YouTube's. But I did not enjoy as much as I did in those 6 weeks. And then the communication, our tutors, fantastic. I kind of like that kind of studies where we get to speak, where we can ask questions, where we can ask difficulties. And I would say great experience on those 6 weeks.
Fantastic. And how did you find the Slack channel? Those of you that are watching, our main platform for communication is the Slack channel. So it's a little community that's built.
Savior. Because all my colleagues, we do not fall in the same time zone, but Slack was like, a savior. Any difficulty, questions to my mentors, to my colleagues, just Slack it. Done. I do it till today. Till today.
Yes.
I'm still on it. So I just communicate with my friends on Slack as well. So whatever the issues. Yeah. Mentors, because my mentor was in Australia, so that was the only source for me, and it helped me a lot. Yeah. And mostly I feel because all the community getting together on the Slack, that's more, which is like a good source. Yeah.
It is. And the tutors are there, and like all your participants that are with you in the 6 week job ready program are there. Correct. And you build these friendships, which you must, which are global, and you wouldn't have been able to do if you're in a building. It's just a different way. And it's the way of the future of learning, how people learn and everything, globally, to have access to the best tutoring and all the tutors, those that are watching, all our tutors aren't like lecturers from a university. They're actually full-time working and have been for quite a few years. So they bring a lot of experience, not just going through a syllabus, so to speak. They bring in real world experience, and they're able to show you things that not normally you would learn in a YouTube video or in a classroom, so to speak.
Yeah.
So how did you find? Tell us, how did you find? You finished the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then you went over to the gifted internship with MVP Studio. So how did you find that transition? Was it a bit of like or was it like smooth, or how did you find it?
I would say it was smooth. That's because I did not take any gap in between my studies and the internship. I think that is very important. I would really tell all the colleagues and who's looking forward for Industry Connect to do the internship as soon possibly, try to do it as soon as possible. That's because you're fresh with your concepts. and applying it with your task becomes easier, very easy. That's what I would say. And that's what I did for myself. I did my task as soon as I started with my task as soon as I finished with my 6 weeks of the study. And it was easy, very good. I mean, we had difficulties, definitely, but then we had the Slack, we had our mentors, then we had Aman to help us a lot. So that is the situation. I mean, definitely, even if I joined my company now, it's not like it's going to be very easy or something, which I know everything. That you have challenges, but it's fine to have those challenges. And I would say, yeah, it's normal. It's good. I think because of those challenges, the way the tasks were designed has kind of helped me to take the challenges. So I'm not scared anymore.
Yeah.
You know, if I haven't done those tasks, I think I wouldn't be that confident in joining the new job, I would say. I'm not scared at all. Frankly, for the first time, I'm not scared about joining any new job.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Good on you. Yeah, Karishma, I love to hear that. So tell us what highlights would you say that stood out for you during either the 6-week job ready program or the internship? What were highlights that made it kind of like better for you and actually helped you to grow and helped you to get to where you are?
Okay, this is very nice. What I would say is, before joining Industry Connect and doing my internship, if you see my CV, it was theoretical. Too much of theory explaining what I did and all that big essays, all those kind. But now, if I compare my CV, I just had to remove everything. It's perfectly technical. It looks so good, but trust me, I didn't apply for this job which I got. They just picked me up with that CV. So this is what I would say. This is a big and huge change that I got from Industry Connect in MVP Studio. My CV is purely a technical CV. It doesn't say any extra English words like essays explaining each and everything. Like, basically I used to do that, just to fill in the CV, like with the manual experience. But now I can use those technical terms like Selenium, API testing, to the point, to just put the skills, explain the skill. It's done. Nothing much more than that, which is
nice
so impressive.
And clean.
Nice and clean.
Yes.
So that's
and to the point.
To the point.
Yes. Oh, that's wonderful. So that's right. You said that you were actually sought out because they saw your CV on Seek.
Yeah. So I used the format which was given to me by the Industry Connect with the portal. I used it. I got it rectified it from the portal as I scored my marks, and then that's how. As soon as I got my CV rectified, I just started applying. Best thing is, as soon as I was studying with the 6-week program and when I joined MVP Studio, I kept updating my CV on Seek. So that helped a lot. I think movements on the Seek and LinkedIn kinds of help you get you in focus.
It's your marketing card out there. When your profile looks great on LinkedIn and you've got everything nice and well, like you said, you've done your CV on Seek. It's your marketing card. It's speaking out there when you're sleeping. And that's what I tell people as well. Make sure that you've got your LinkedIn all up to date. It's that you're actually active on there as well, because that shows potential, recruiters and employers, HR people, that this person's doing this, and you're active, and that kind of attracts people as well. So well done. Good on you. Tell us, what tips would you give someone that maybe you're in the same position as yourself? You came, you had a 4-year break, or someone that's had even 6-year break, because we've actually had people that have a gap of I think the longest that I've interviewed someone, she had 15 years, and she ended up getting a senior test analyst position after 15 years. But what tips would you give someone that are kind of like in that same kind of area as you? They might be going, I want to be a test analyst, but I've only got manual.
What I would just say is that in my first lecture, we had our tutor, Galen. He said that the most important skill that a software tester should have is patience. He said we need to be patient in this industry, especially when you are a tester. I would say it applies now. be patient. It will come. You are on the right path. Just trust the path. It is correct. You are going to get there. Sometimes for some people, it may take a while, but it happens. It's going to happen eventually. You don't have to give up so soon. And that's what I would say. Just be patient. It's coming.
Patience. Yes. And there's that saying, patience is a virtue, and it really, really is.
Because sometimes I feel you get frustrated because I gave interviews. It's not like I cracked it with just one. I went through many rounds of interview that I gave at least 4 or 5 interviews before this one. And
wow.
After every rejection, you kind of feel depressed. You feel like it's not worth it or no, but you can't be giving up at that point. You just have to be patient and trusting the process. That's what I would say. Exactly.
Trust the process. That's awesome. Thank you for that tip, because, I've never heard anyone say just to be patient. And that really, really is such a key, because being patient actually deconstruct, like, helps you not stress when you go, I've got to be patient. So thank you for those tips and everything. And thank you so much for your time today to share about your journey and your tips and everything like that. Congratulations again, Karishma, from all the team here at Industry Connect and MVP Studio. We're so proud of you.
Thank you so much, Carla.
All the best with your career, and keep in touch with us.
Surely, yes, definitely. Thank you.